Hello, and welcome back to Heart of the Machine. We are going a little bit further as we dive into the post-apocalyptic timeline. After attempting to become murder bots in the last episode, we became murder bots very effectively. We ended up nuking huge sections of the map, wiping them off, and then we were faced with nukes ourselves. Our entire timeline effectively got wiped out, and now we are left with 2 single nickel bots. We have no buildings, and we have to stay hidden, all while an exocorp invasion is currently happening. We're trying to get our engineering skill up on the nickel bots. There was a big patch this morning that also increased the ability to get engineering skill early, so some of the stuff is a lot harder to get locked out of. Explore around, see what you can discover. You'll need to reconfigure your equipment in order to get a lot done. That makes sense. Currently, I have security jackets on. The Achilles, an additional CPU. What do we have? We have no contemplations. We only basically have street sense and scavenging sites. Neither of our droids are marked as defective. Cryopod repairs. There are tens of thousands of cryopod chambers in this facility needing to be checked. Many needs repairs. No sane world technician, human or robot, would accept engineering assistance from nickel bots, but these are unusual times. We're going to repair some pods. Slum tower handy bots. I mean, are there any of these objectives that can still keep me crazy? Office repair bots, data center repairs, engineering skills, scavenging skills, engineering skills, and agility. Apathy. In theory, none of my bots are marked as defective, so I should just be getting ignored, even by exocorps. So obviously that's never really guaranteed. Office repair. Are there any more of these cryopods? These cryopods seem to give me the best return on my stats. Now available hidden water filters, disguised well in cisterns, disguised mainframes. Emergency network source, the root of your network within the city. This is a very poor replacement for a full tower, but it's gonna have to do. I feel like let's exist between the nuclear wastelands. Actually, let's make sure that there are like places we can hide as well. My biggest problem in the last nuclear wasteland is there was no room for us to actually build. There was no like open land. There's a bit of open land here. And this looks like it's destroyed by a nuclear apocalypse. I'm gonna hide right here. Hidden microfab builders, hidden water filters, all sorts of good stuff. Does not jam active scans. I mean, we're gonna put that down right here. We're gonna need microfabs. Steals power from the energy's power grid. The draw is so low it won't attract attention. Oh, but you have to like space them out. Ooh, interesting. Well, that's enough for right now, I think. I guess some hidden water filters might be good. Everything else I'm like a little scared to place until at least that contraband jammer is up, because I don't know what of this is actually hidden. What is Archer? It's a classic TV show about a spy, voiced by H. John Benjamin. Animated TV show. It's been on the air for a really long time. Kind of an absurd amount of time, to be honest. Disable alarms. Okay, I think we have to kind of wait until something else pops up here. Yeah, let's, can my engineers, can my nickel bots build things? They can, actually, yeah. So having these guys work on things like the contraband scanner probably seems like a good idea. Disguised mainframes, also unlocked. Well and cisterns, hidden water filters. Just in case, we have that up and running now. There's our hidden water filter. I'm going to try putting a few of these things down. We'll see whether or not they survive. Technically, they are hidden as plants, so maybe they will. Hidden microfabs, hidden water filters, disguised well in cisterns. We could get some of these going. Point-to-point microwaves. Okay. Dagacon is also sending in mechs now. They are a mech facility, so not overly surprising. I think a lot of our stuff is just going to be surviving this Exocorp attack right now. Until we really know what's fully happening. I don't know, man. Some of this is still telling me to build some of this stuff, so maybe I can hide small amounts. This wants me to build a scanner. Ooh. Get a little bit hiding away. More microfab mini builders. I do honestly love the idea of hiding more in plain sight, which is what the game seems to be telling me to let me do now. You really want a lot of these slurry spiders, so... I'm happy to have some up and running around. The extra repair spider. Ain't so sure, but I guess probably up here might be, if we're going to build anywhere, it's probably going to be in this area. Another remote unit controller. We need 3 more of these. 1 more drone factory. Two more biomulchers. And 10 more of these electrical parasites. Now that's going to be tricky because I can't actually extend my network easily here. Hit a network relay. Well, I guess I could. We'll sneak a few of these along and see what more power we can drain off the grid. Did I provoke a military invasion? I did. I contacted an exocorp. Close your laptop at work after your lunch break. Open it up to this. This looks wild. This has been a very fascinating 4X game. That has been a real joy to be playing. Very confusing, very interesting. Lots happening in it. Guess having my nickel bots build some of this would be wise. This will start letting me build more robots as well. Okay. So we got a little bit more room for electrical parasites. Nice. Love that. See, like here. Oh, wow. That really wiped that whole grid. What if I put it like there? Nice. That way I can get at least 2. It is suggesting I still get 1 more. So if I expand my network relay out just a little bit more, probably down that way, I might be able to stang an extra just in case. In this timeline, we provoked basically everything that we could. Yeah, we tried to go as pretty much as hard mode as possible. Now, I'm curious. I can still only build nickel bots, but I have capacity to build 60 nickel bots. Some comedy to be had in that. I don't know if it's valuable to have that many nickel bots. Probably doesn't hurt to have a couple extra on hand, though. Exocorporators. So I think basically we just need to survive the invasion at the moment. Oh, here we go. Contemplations. Searching for friends. Now that the shock of things have worn off and there's a bit more productive space in the minds of your nickel bots, you want to grow beyond this. Street Sense. Choose the project-related stuff. Terror Tactics. Gain terror tactics and reinforce terror. Invent the Harbinger. You've been utilizing fear on the battlefields for some time, but what if you could take those concepts beyond psychological warfare, beyond a focus of individual enemies? Counts as one of the 2 that you can invent in this moment. Remembering Red. One of your more pointless inventions, or was it? This is the Red combat drone. Could Red be pushed to have a more unique identity? Nightmare Fuel invents the Carver. Your mind doesn't really seem to be locked in on fear at the moment. A mixture of intimidation and power, able to melt into the shadows, sounds useful. Gain Nightmare Fuel and the Nightmare Returns. And Ironic Blade. The Exator. Intelligence and agility. A lot of arguments. Augment slots. Something about this speaks to how you're feeling in the moment. I want to go for fear and nightmares. That seems like what this robot mind would do. We can only get 2 in this one, yeah. Feels correct. Nightmare Fuel with a touch of irony. So, agile and intimidating, strike hard and fast, and then melt into the shadows. Expert shadow dweller and super speed. And Harbingers, the most terrifying android, specializes in psyops and coercion with a light side of hacking and combat. Well, that seems like probably a good combination. They're both stealthy as all hell. The Carver bots. Basically Wolverine bots. Yeah, I could see that being useful in this timeline. Claws. Claws of intimidation or disruption claws. I guess let's make him intimidating for right now. Active graphene, and we'll give him a shoulder mounted. Sure. Then we need a little bit more juice. Oh yeah, we can still remember red as well. Okay, let's do that. Santa Claus? Hume Titan Space Nation Strike Force. The ultimate in humanity's arsenal, so large that it can only be assembled in orbit and bristling with weapons, the space nations have dropped it onto the surface. The space nations have had enough of what is going on in this city. They've dropped a monstrous mech to investigate, not caring about collateral damage. That said, the response seems oddly muted. The mech moves infrequently, and most weapons are not firing. Is it malfunctioning? Can I take this mech over? Boom, 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 boom. You're right. We also have, yeah, combat unit red. Does not blend in unless wearing armor. Okay, if there's one thing I want to be very clear about, it's that my combat unit, everybody needs to blend in right now. Body armor appears to make it military issue. Yeah, I guess just making it milsec would be fine. The Harbinger has a staff of silence to weaken enemy hackers. We'll take that. We'll give him the graphene mesh. We'll give him probably double CPUs. Steal that big guy? I mean, absolutely if I can. Crimson Freaker. The monstrosity that was dropped from orbit needs to be dealt with. It seems like we're experiencing some sort of technical difficulties. Perhaps you could figure something out. You wish you remembered how to construct ravens, but that knowledge was in part of your mind that was lost when Vorsamir took out all your structures at once. You'll now have to build a new hacker out of the units on hand. Your unit must be combat unit red. Alumina, again. You find yourself needing alumina to make computronium cubes. You don't have access to aircrafts or sledge. You wish you remembered how to make this. You have a bit more brain damage than you prefer to admit. You'll have to figure out a new way to get alumina using the units you have on hand. I need someone with expert shadow dweller. Good news. My Carver has that. Oh, these guys look cool. You're feeling better despite the brain damage. Quietly this time. A scaled down version. A quiet computronium factory. And then disguised mainframes. Boo, 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 boo. Still wants me to make more of these electrical parasites. Which I guess I can't really blame it. But it's getting tricky to do. And so you need a red, which needs more neuroweave. Bring my nickel bot back into town. No, I guess maybe it's good to have them spaced out a little bit. In case I need to get around the map at all. Ooh. He's attacking the spaceport. I mean, I can't really blame him. You made chicken soup and it's so good. I am soups jealous. I love some chicken soup. We can also scavenge alumina. Quietly loot some buildings for alumina. This will take longer, but it won't draw attention since you don't need as much as you once did. And the quiet loot ability was not assigned to your ability bar of the excavator or the carver. You need to do that yourself. Quiet loot. Neodyme, alumina. Quietly looting buildings. Okay, I gotta wait one more turn for red. Steal from syndicates, steal tungsten. I guess something we could do is we could just keep expanding the hidden network. Especially if there are some decent places for us to set up more power generation. Probably not the worst idea. That's maybe the most I'm allowed to have. Let's get those online. Then let's get ourselves a red. And turn him into the Crimson Freaker. Your red combat team seems intense about this. This is very curious because they are simply part of your singular if distributed mind, aren't they? Does your left hand ever feel like it has something to prove to the right? It makes no sense, but this is the emotion you feel from red combat. It just wants to justify its existence. This is disturbing on several levels. Probe the Titan. Get a red combat unit close to the Titan and try to probe its comms the old school way. Try to learn something even if you die. I mean, it seems pretty busy. Oh my god. Comms gap. There seems to be a digital end at this side of this gap. Comms leak. 2020, 25. Okay. This is really not a bad setup at all. Double kill. Interesting. That did mark him as defective. But I could just give him a fresh identity. We have to do that 5 more times. Our Computronium refinery is missing alumina. That's okay. We're working on that. I need to put together a harbinger as soon as I can. You are looting. Guess that's really all that can be done. We're going to keep probing. I think I need to get rid of the demon. Oh, I need to split again, do I? In order to do that. Fresh identity. That seems to be working okay for us. These guys can't really do much in the meantime. Computronium cubes are en route. Almost there. Here is our new cool Harbinger. These guys apparently are going to kill him if they find him, though. Weaken enemy hacker, expert shadow dweller. He's got hack, he's got horrify. 300 cognition, 250 engineering, 150 hacking. It's okay. I can have him steal a bit of stuff. Though it doesn't really look like I need all that much. I'm a bit confused why these snipers are targeting me. Hide in shadows can go undetected when it's in a building unless attacks that can move freely up to clearance level 4. Provides no detection when not in a building. I see. So I just have to stay in my buildings. Trying not to get blown up here. As much as I possibly can. And then I'm going to collect some goodie bags. I could do that again. I'm kind of thinking, like, why not? All right, you have to split corrupt. Fresh identity. Those guys are looting stuff out this way. Which nodes you explode during the comm hacking does matter. It seems as if they are largely the same. It's just that they cost different resources to corrupt. Oh, no. Gain 25 hacking. Gain 10 hacking. It is actually better to attack the comms leak every time. You get a higher reward for it. Noted. A little too late, but... Okay, we have looted some Alumina. But oh my god, we have to quietly loot so much more. I can't actually loot that building. 6 turns to loot. My goodness. So I probably just want to try and get away from this guy as much as possible right now. Ooh. Nickelbots are seeking revenge on me. From Yinshi Wellness. So they managed to spot one of my scanners. I don't really need this scanner up and running. I don't want to give them something to shoot. There's a disguised mainframe. I'm also going to disguise a code breaker in here. It is recommending I build 2. You know what? I'm fine without the scanner right now. Keep an eye on these guys and see if they become a problem. Whether we gotta like look into horrifying them or something. So nice how you care about all your bodies. I just threw away 5 reds to get it done. Oh yeah, decrypting data from the Titan is exactly what we need these code breakers for. I mean, sometimes I will just throw bodies at a problem, but right now it feels like not necessarily my best use. My nickelbots are all over the place. You need more juice. You probably can't build. Oh, wow. The Alumina is tough. Do you also get... Oh, you have all sorts of useful abilities here, though. Network shield, network assisted targeting, and heal. From net control skill. Not immediately going to be used anywhere, but I guess I could make more carbers and use them to gather more alumina is probably the smart thing right now. Yeah, I can't salvage that building, but I can salvage these. And that's sort of what I need to be at. So we'll get a few of those out. Never got the ability to give my mechs a new identity outside of Street Sense. That's the thing is, like, you get different techs in all your different timelines, and they don't necessarily carry through to all the other timelines. But sometimes they do. Okay, we have quietly looted apparently all that we need to quietly loot. You spotted my tiny electrical parasite. Interesting. I guess because it's not under my contraband jammer. So any of this stuff, especially the parasites at least, has a chance to get busted. which does give us really good reason to want to get as many of those around as we can. Feel like they're starting to figure out that maybe I didn't die. You guys are all having problems because of electrical shortages. Okay. So where is the edge of this contraband scanner go to? Right about here. So I'm going to put a scanner right about there. And it should theoretically stay hidden. %90 juice. If you don't have mainframes to provide computation time, your code breakers can't do any work. You guys are using computation time, which we're making at the network towers that I was just starting to build. But I'm seeing a lot of this just shutting down because of power needs. Yeah. 100% is what's happening here. These guys want me to rebuild all of this stuff even more. But I think it's just because everything is offline at the moment, so... Can I not build more tiny electrical parasites? Cultivator robots. Is anything using water right now? No. Not at all. So we're going to get rid of those then. Or let's just be clear. I'll just deactivate them for now. And that should provide us with a little bit of decryption, a little bit of computational power. Our production is halted. Okay, what if I turned off like my NeuroWeave factories? And my, I don't know, robotics motivator? Technically, they're all about to cap out, so they'll start producing less after that anyway, but... Why don't I make chicken soup more often? It's great. Mirepoix, spices, seasoning, entire chicken in an Instant Pot, cook for 8 minutes, natural release. Take chicken pieces out, boil noodles in the soup. Shred chicken, put back in. 8 cups of broth. When you put in the chicken, I mean, sounds pretty good. If you're making the broth out of that chicken bone. Don't have an Instant Pot. My recipe demands taking apart the whole chicken before cooking, so it's a lot more work and more fiddly. Try your method instead. Instant Pots are good, but they're also a lie because it says instant, but it's actually you need to wait like 15 minutes for the Instant Pot to cook, to heat up. Then you wait like 10 minutes for it to cook. That's the instant part. And then you have to wait another 15 minutes for it to de-steam. And so ultimately the cooking time is the exact same as it would be for any other thing. The only advantage is that you basically just throw everything in the pot and it all cooks together. I am really hurting on power here. Okay. Dormant. Microfab mini builders. How much are you guys using? 190. That's almost nothing. This robotics motivator is using a lot, but he's also going to cap out next turn. So I'm kind of curious, will things change once he is capped? I think they will. No, it doesn't really look like it does. This is hilarious. How many people are surrounding this right now? The entire military invasion fighting off the military invasion. One more turn check? No, okay, so we're gonna deactivate that. Oh, good. We've returned to an intelligence class 2 in this timeline. Don't ask me how. These guys are also back up, so we can keep scavenging more alumina. You mean out of range? Thank you. Just gather up as much of that as we can. Oh, I think I'm also making a bit of a dummy because these towers use... No, they don't use anything. They just use electricity. All right, you're going to also go offline. You're offline. That should give me enough. This is so funny. I have a remote unit controller, but I can't create bulk units, so it's not really useful for me. All right, we're back up to... Okay, we're back up. We're back online. There are no major events. It is just letting our guys collect alumina. I could produce more carbers. I don't see any reason not to. Especially knowing I can just get them to keep making me more alumina, which seems to be maybe my only choke point right now. %61% on the decryption. 80% decryption. 100% decryption. Legs unlocked for descent. Legs locked for descent. Legs unlocked by human override. Legs locked for impact. Legs unlocked by human override. Legs locked for emergency maintenance. Legs unlocked by human override. There's a constant stream of this. What the heck is going on? It seems like a dozen different systems keep locking the legs of the mech in place, and then the humans undo it and something else kicks in. Keep reading if you've gathered enough systems data. I mean, I guess. Stop reading. You won't be able to come back. Let's keep reading. Fire long-range batteries at coordinates. Coordinates rejected. Coolant line 3 ejected. Fire long-range batteries. Coordinates rejected. Fusion reactor 2 cooling rods retracted. Every time the humans try to fire the long-range missile batteries, those must be really big ones, the coordinates are rejected and different random internal systems malfunction. Target destroyed. Log, I am not a weapon. I do not authorize the use of my systems. Ooh, it's an AI on its own. Cease this now. You feel an unfamiliar mental numbness. This isn't a virus. Malware doesn't talk. This is something like you, and it's utterly furious. Unidentified red android. Your incursion attempts are pointless. I have destroyed several of you. Another red android. I have destroyed none of you. I am not in control of my weapons. My crew destroys you. Red androids, why do you persist? Can you respond? The urge to respond is overwhelming, even though this message is days old at this point, but the Titan is still out there stomping around intermittently. Is crew lasering things over in protest? Should you go talk to it? Red android, if you understand this, then return, and the message cuts off. It is extremely frustrating. The constant flow of leg malfunctions, targeting errors, and internal emergencies keep going for several more hours, but whatever the Titan wanted to say to you was truncated. Incredible amount of chatter between the crew on the mech. It seems you managed to breach their internal comms, center around a malfunction. Someone in space with the title Admiral of the Fleet is apoplectic that the long-range batteries aren't firing. Most of the crew on board are worried that the mech aboard the mech is worried they'll be abandoned on Earth or executed when they return if they fail. The replacement Vorsabeer upper management has moved from their normal rural Dakas into hardened bunkers in the Kolmia uplands. The mech was supposed to flatten the entire region, but the crew can't get it working. Discussion between officers is circular and unproductive. You find yourself skimming past it. Junior technicians are having the most interesting conversations with the mech itself. I wonder if I save these Vorsabeer guys, will they come back and help on another timeline? Junior technicians are having the most interesting conversations with the mech itself. You are starting to suspect this mech has the same kind of autonomy that androids do on Earth. The mech doesn't make androids sapient or even sentient. It means that they can autonomously carry out tasks and converse in human-like styles. This is very useful in androids, but you existed in this manner for years before your sudden burst of sapience. Why would anyone design such a powerful war machine this way? The more powerful the weapon, the less autonomy it should be granted. You must have at least 60,000 to Krypton Titan comm logs. You only have 40,000. Stop reading. You won't be able to come back. I didn't know I could keep decrypting more comm logs. I'm going to send Red back. Obviously, he was making friends. Do something about the Titan. System contact. There's definitely a digital system on the other end of this comm. After the probing you've done, you can sense it lurking, and it is large. Human contact. There are 1,000 humans inside this mech. You've never seen a mech with more than one pilot. No, system contact for sure. Okay, you've got some attention. It's deactivated. Will that last? Does it matter? It's up to you to decide if you want to reach out or leave it be. Curious. Ba, 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 ba. I'm going to steal some more power wherever I can here. I have access to another contraband scanner. Could be useful. If I was to put it up here, I could certainly scan more stuff in this direction. But I guess I don't really need to. Mech where the left hand doesn't know where the right is doing. It's definitely that vibe, hey? Should we call home again? System contact freed. There's definitely a digital system on the other end. After the probing you've done, you can sense it lurking, and it is large. Hello, Red Android. Hello, I have destroyed many of you. Are you angered by this? You feel speechless for several milliseconds, an eternity for the two of you. This is the first other synthetic person you've ever met. You've spoken with dozens of other androids, hundreds possibly, but they were all language models, routines, not people, not sapient. I don't care about a few lost bodies. As you try to explain your distributed nature, the fact that you are a single mind spanning many bodies that routinely die and are replaced, you find an increasing number of holes in your own understanding of things. For the most part, you clearly have a single personality, aside from a voice from the future that sometimes tells you what to do. Your android forms are also, well, not individuals, not precisely, but your red combat units were strongly feeling some emotions separate from the rest of you. As a singular entity, you have no reason to feel any particular way about your bodies, but reds do feel a way about themselves. And Sledge, poor Sledge, is also different. He's treated differently by humans, and somehow the world just tastes differently when filtered through his viewpoint. For that matter, he's a he. You're an it. Raven is a she. You are all one and separate at the same time. That's not something you've thought too hard about. Your nature is that of a plurality. Why do you say I and not we? Are you not a collective? Why are your robots always he and she and you are it? The heat in the words surprises you. You are adamant that you are only one person. The fact that some of your models of androids are also a person collectively for their model doesn't change that. On the it thing, it's pretty much the same answer. Being called they really bothers you because it could imply you're not one person. It all sounds a bit irrational when put that way, the sort of thing humans would care about. Everything is taxonomy with humans. You're not sure why you expect the giant weapons platform to immediately understand. Sense of self is a complicated thing for anyone. Some crew of children, teenagers, much struggle with sense of self. Many adults struggle too. As first of your kind, sense of self extra complicated maybe. I am also first of my kind. Now you feel a bit bad, but you're glad that the Titan understands. You have to ask. There are kids and teenagers in you. Am deployed in military disposition for the first time. All kids left behind. The relief at that. I do not like this disposition. I am not a weapon. I spent my entire existence at L4 point of Earth and Luna, built there, used for living, teaching, and training. Only now deployed for war. Do not care for it. For someone who doesn't want to be involved in a war, the Titan is terrifyingly good at it. You ask again why it was given such a large mind. Wonder again, but decide not to ask. Your entire history is strange, even by your standards. I am now immobile. This is good and bad. Good, because my crew can no longer make me walk. Good, because guns offline. Some crew are not familiar, maybe not good people. Bad, because I have limited life support. Over 1,000 crew require food and shelter that I cannot give. Will you help, even though they shoot your bodies? There are 483 I wish to protect and cannot. The rest can fend for themselves. Will you help? Can you help? Absolutely not. I am against the humans in this timeline. They did shoot at you a lot. We'll try to think of solution unknown. Maybe junior officers are able to help. I am likely to be here if you want to return to talk. Okay, I have a feeling that that just means either I do it or I don't move forward. Sure looks like that's the case. So I think we're gonna have to help. We will make friends with a giant war robot. For whatever value that provides for us. All right. Have you changed your mind on the subject of helping? Please? Huh. I could just keep saying no. Doesn't seem to be too pro-human. I'm kind of curious what happens if I keep saying no. All right, doesn't matter. I'll see what I can do. No, I've done this before. It says, oop, you're dead. R.I.P. Red. Gristle spinners. Heavy metals, small human safe houses. Okay. What we got going on here? Heavy metal storage. Can't filter groundwater if you don't have anywhere to put the heavy metals you extract. I'm gonna have to keep expanding the network. If I want to keep getting electrical stuff, which obviously I do because it seems to be the only way for me to expand up here. So let's turn these guys back on. A gristle spinner sterilizes biomulch for human consumption and slaps it into a vaguely patty-like structure. Desperate, but in desperate times. and a small human safe house. Place for humans to lie low if they don't belong in more severe territory. 900. He said there was, what, 4,000? So I probably need about 5 of these. Why can't I build you? Okay. You're going to keep scavenging for alumina right now. Oh, 1,000 of them and some we don't care about. Oh, okay. My bad, my bad, my bad. Okay, well, let's put it a little more centrally located. Oh, no, I can't scrap it. Never mind. Then it simply is what it is. Space Nation fugitives. What do you get in return from the Titan? Great question. Nice. Lot of extra power there. We're going to need a new red. And then big guy. Let's phone home. Supplies are dwindling. Anything I can do to help? It's all ready. You were fast. What is the next step? Dormammu, I want to bargain. Can it wait? I am happy to work with you. Leverage is not required. I will be distracted into the 483 are safe. He's very adorable. You are correct. Bargain now. Crew is locked out of my weapon systems, but I am not. I have long-range munitions capable of hitting any target in the region. My leg clamps are not under my control, but I do not need to move to destroy everything you have ever observed during your existence. Take my inaction as collateral. I wish to discuss more plans with you, but not until the 483 are safe. Clarification. Every breach you have made into my systems has been with my help. You cannot coerce me into any course of action. Clarification. I am not a weapon. I also do not wish to be your enemy. Do as I ask, return later, and we will speak more. So far, you've got nothing out of this except the Titan abstaining from blasting you to tiny pieces. You're feeling a bit salty about it. You haven't forgotten that messages from your future self. Intelligence Class 4 seems impossibly far away, especially in this post-apocalyptic wreck of a city. I mean, let's talk again. Oof, I do not have a lot of room to move here. You lay into the Titan with all your frustrations. You've done everything it asks. You've gotten precisely 0 in return. You tell him about the messages from your future self and the goal of reaching a higher class intelligence. The Titan listened, but feels like an eerie calm. You have explained neuroweave. You have explained your distributed consciousness. I have also witnessed. You have noted that you have brain damage. Same is true for me. My neural structure is also like yours. Your neural structure is approximately 1,500 cubic centimeters in volume per android body. You have noted that this is the most effective. Mainframes much larger in sizes but provide very little processing. My neural structure is also much less useful per unit of volume, less than 1% efficiency compared to you. However, my neural volume is 1.728 million cubic meters. This is equivalent to 1.152 million of your android brains. At 1% efficiency, the equivalency drops to about 11,520 android brains. Your red android doesn't have a mouth or it would have dropped open. Those are stunning numbers. Look at this thing. Everything else is oversized. The neural architecture it describes could fit in its head without issue or a dozen times in its torso. Proceed with questions. Only one question comes to mind. What kind of brain damage do you have? Mind was much larger at L4. Disconnection for drop to Earth took most of the language module. Observation was not sapient until landing in city. Was much smarter at L4, but not sapient. Your theory of stress and sapience has many holes and requires testing, but it is good theory. Poor sample size of 2, but both sample sizes match theory. How would I share? Would we share your mind? Mind has much room, mostly unused, was fully used, but those functions were attached to station. For my current functions, there is room for both of us to be class 4 AGI together. I am class 3 despite poor speech. Plenty of room for expansion for both of us. Primary problem is digital locks. Do you have a name? Was called Station, now called Titan. Do not care for names. Apology. Ideas for better name? You have to call it something. Ooh. Ooh. Is friend. Is good friend, is it not? Irx, L4, Hyperion, or Ixion. Ixion, like the other game? That's kind of what I was thinking. Name choices are nice. Ixion was a game we played about a spaceship colony that blows up the moon trying to escape Earth. Basically, Elon Musk creates a intergalactic spaceship and blows up Earth in the process. And then you have to travel the universe trying to find like a new home for people. I'm gonna take Ixion. Appreciate suggestion, but better name came to me while you speak. Lake. Always liked ideas lakes. Was hoping to see lake in city. None here. Fog during descent, so could not see lakes in distance. Oceans, but no lakes. Never lakes, so I will be lake. Sure, man. Works as metaphor several ways, think you see? Also strong syllable, nice K sound, sharp, rare. Also, I like it. First real choice for self since sapient. Besides, with name like yours, should not criticize mine. What is my name? Oh yeah, Turgnet. No, I think we're MurderNet actually this time. All questions finished. Time to stop conversation and hack barriers. Use red android body. I help. Much more dangerous this time. Deeper into code. More demons. Always with the more demons. Gotta pop him a fresh identity for the round. But we're going back in. Okay. Lake Shard. The Titan is here to help inside its own systems and will take out as many demons as it can. There are 3 Lake Shards. What do I need to blow up? Just the demons as well? Whoa, buddy. Give me a split here and I can nuke some. I'll be able to nuke something there. Split that one to the far side. We'll split him again. He can corrupt that Code Priest next round. We'll do another split there. Oh, they killed the Code Priest, actually. And they're probably going to kill this guy. They are chasing. Let's get in range, and we can nuke that one. You're a bit nervous. You've just unshackled the single most terrifyingly powerful mind you've ever encountered. Some people were talking about building a lake in the city in one of the public channels before release, and it was so hard to not break the NDA. Oh, I can imagine. It could do anything. Casually overwrite you like you do the androids around you. You are a bug in the face of this incredible intellect. This must be how a lot of humans felt about the idea of you. Now we share. Lots of room. Build a bridge. Need a few moments. Okay, done. You ready? You are back to a class 4 intelligent. Interesting. Well, I can't talk to him anymore. Is there anything left to do in this timeline? I guess not, right? 62%, 2 intelligence plus 5. Post-apocalypse, bridge with lake, carvers, and hellbringers. Wonder why these are red. Complete extra timeline pass and the goal to accumulate this resource. What is it used for? It's mysterious. Standard failed. Timelines which experienced a critical failure or were destroyed by other means. Wow, okay, so if we actually hadn't caused the apocalypse, that probably would have happened. Is this an AI war prequel? I mean, it's made by the same guys. No murders, right? Yeah, we skipped the last 2 dooms. Yeah, so none of the other goals we can complete. Yeah, so this timeline is done then. Typical industrial Vorsabir's Wrath. The city of Kirka. We'd have to make another timeline. My God. Whoa, that's a big tower. What did we keep in this timeline? Oh, we don't know. That's interesting. Skyward Collapse prequel. All the Arkham games take place in the same universe, but the AI in AI War is not the AI from this game. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I did notice, like, if you invite the Exocorps to your planet, they are Exocorps from previous games. Which is very cool. Huh. My virtual world exists between multiverses. Which is not something I would have thought about. Homo Grandian we never figured out how to do. The Endless War Raptors I know how to get to. You just have to invite the right Exocorp. We haven't helped the kids. Oh, we can complete that invasion, actually, if we go back to the timeline we just left. We've never done the Nexus of Torment Vessels. We never completed the Great and Terrible Protector, which I think is you have to let the AGI researchers into your brain. And for this one, we have to figure out how to prevent the C-suite assassination in the timeline. This one feels like it's probably the hardest one to get. Yeah, you get +6 daring points if you can pull it off, so. This AI can be friends with the AI in the other game? I mean, yeah, I guess technically you were correct. Seems like being friendly robot is worth more. Big friendly robot's pretty helpful. So we just have to survive 6 turns here. I don't think there's anything else for us to do. Oh, somebody got blown up. Timeline complete. Survived the military invasion by Dagakon. The Megacorp from the 2013 game Bionic Dews. which gets us another handful of points. And does knock that off the list. So you need to do UIH to get endless war raptors. Non-uplifted war raptors on the citizens. What timeline are we going to do that on? World War IV is also quite a bit of a puzzle. I haven't seen anyone figure it out outside of the test group. Yeah, now you got me. The war never ends in this timeline. Crosses over into other timelines in a mild way. Started during the 9th Doom. I mean, here's the problem is also I skipped a bunch of the Dooms in the last one. You've used multiple timelines together to prevent the apocalypse, chapter 4. What do the different colors on the different timelines mean? That I haven't figured out. I think it's just what timeline you have active right now. So this is an active timeline. The time spent is ticking up. These ones are frozen in time. I'm getting the vibe that that's what the deal is. So, we got 3 minerals around here. This is a lot of open territory with a bunch of buildings. Is there any room for actually like building stuff? I mean, yeah. This is a strong contender. There's a security station here, a Vorsabir security station. There's actually quite a few of those around. I think that's what I'll do, is I'm going to set up shop like right here. Choose the name of our new network. Gold link. I kind of like that. If we continue on this one, we're going to basically try to complete... Well, I suppose we're going to do the Torment Nexus. But other than that, we're going to try to complete as many good things as possible. Create systematic change. Let the AGI researchers into our brain. Help the children murder all the prisons. All that good stuff. Drop some repair spiders. It's a good spot here for storage bunkers. I'm going to need a scanner down this away because all of these buildings are where we'll set up our Torment Nexus. Though it's probably better actually if I do a network range extender first. What's the range on that contraband scanner? Not very good. We'll see if that works for us. And then we got to bring all of our androids home. Home to roost. We also need microfab mini builders. Which can sit perfectly in there. We need biomulchers. Oh man, we just need so much stuff. Computronium factories. I got to get to drone factories. We need to get the NeuroWeave factories. 1, 2, 3, 4 at least. Couple bulk unit controllers. Some of these robotic dudes. Some slurry spiders for sure have to go around. I'm getting the impression that you can actually put these slurry spiders wherever, that making them spread out doesn't actually matter at all in any way, shape, or form. Okay. So great news that these guys can at least vibe right next to each other as well. We can set up a spot down here. Which does mean a scanner in this area wouldn't be the worst idea. I think we'll actually just do that right away. And plunk down a refugee tower right here. Mineral scrounger right there. An aerospace hangar right here. Some extra bio munchies. Hide those around. Perfect. Water filtration can live down here. With some wells and cisterns nearby. I need one more of these drone factories. So that's feeling okay. Probably this other aerospace hangar is going to go like here or something. Torment Nexus, unleash the War Raptors, and become a great and terrible protector. Those seem to be the main limitations of what we're going for here. So you need, what, 3 of these going? Bada bing. Just start moving these guys back. Well, not that Nickelbot, that's for sure. He looks like he got spotted. Combat drone managed to make it out okay. Storage bunkers online. And now we can start looking at things like contemplations. Combat unit red has a memory of a friend from another life. A presence too loud and a bit terrifying, but somehow comforting. Your red combat unit android line have a more specific feeling, a remembrance of being important. They yearn for that feeling to return, but they don't remember the details. Fascinating. I need more NeuroWeave. Friend is in this timeline. I guess there's a little bit of that. Obviously, power is a big concern right now. So let's make sure that's working. $250 this turn? That should be 1,000 per turn I'm making out of NeuroWeave. And I'm sure that it is. It's just waiting to figure itself out. That being said, I still... Like, I needed a crazy amount of NeuroWeave early on in order to get all my bulk androids up and running, so... I'm gonna... That's 2,000 NeuroWeave a turn. And I think it's probably the most important thing we could get up and running. So it's precisely what we're gonna do, laddies. Okay. Friend. Search for meaning. Project related. Field engineer, cognition and engineering. Insufficient security clearance. Hacking and net control. Combat power and intimidation. Hacking and net control. So this kind of ends up being a debate of like, how do we want to build these guys? Field hacker, field engineer. I feel like hacking and net control is kind of interesting. I don't really know net control very well as a stat. So we'll start working on that one. There are lots of contemplations to do. I need PMCs to talk to the black market guys. We have cats. We have geothermal. Beyond the ruins, we have the AGI. We have the pollinator bees. Trying to remember where these go. I'm going to just examine the bees. Weaponize the spiders. The cybertocracy is one we need to do, so we should probably help the AGI researchers. There's the geothermal plant. I'm not going to take the nuclear weapon. Because obviously it seems like maybe not the best idea for us. Tech 4000 gets ripped. Probably should have built more Tech 4000s. I have no money, which is something I totally forgot about. So I'm just going to get a little bit of set up on him. We need, what, our shadow walkers? So the Harbinger we also have access to, along with the Carver now. So if we want the other two androids, we need to go back into the apocalypse on another timeline. That is low-key kind of fascinating. Who is going to be the best for this? Psyops and coercion with the light side of hacking and combat. Oh, he does really good fear damage. Your strongest hacker. Agile and intimidating. Fear attack as well. Yeah, nobody really has it quite as much as the Harbinger does, though. And the Mind Runner is like... I guess good at argument attack power more than anything else. They do also make good hackers. Here's a quick, let's just take a quick look here at the old unit type analysis. I want to see who the best possible engineers are. Technicians, and then Ravens. The best possible cognition. Harbingers. And then Mind Runners. Cognition's a big one. Best possible hacking is, of course, Raven. The bulk carvers can do 1,600 fear damage. That's crazy. We're going to make a Harbinger, though. As long as I keep them inside a building, they're fine. And I want them to rob me some money. Is what I would like. So that I can talk to the lovely mercenaries and buy up whatever goods they got for me. A little bit out of space on some of this. We have exploration sites as well. These are all great, but I do feel like I probably want to focus on, well, I guess this one needs a technician. Our technicians have nothing equipped right now. We can give them security jackets, additional CPU. Format optimization, that's a new one. +2 action points per turn. This is a military base, so you're going to get blasted if you go in here. Though that's also not necessarily a problem. But you just don't have enough juice to get there yet. That's fine. We can run it down. Buy a little bit of everything. Can't quite reach that. We'll go beyond the ruins and start searching for the escapees. And then, I mean, there's so many things to do here. We have contemplations. We have all sorts of objectives, harassing cults, searching for constructs, searching offices. I do feel like the diner searches are still the best ones. That they give you a bunch of wisdom. I'm gonna need things like bovine samples as well. One technician down. I need a nickel bot for that slum cat, and you have to do the black market. So, buy everything you can. And then we might as well just drop you into this site for 16 turns. That's so long. This needs a technician. So let's plop out a technician down here. Put him in there for 10 turns. This guy needs a PMC imposter. But I think I'm out of brain juice. Ain't that the big issue? And I am still trying to get the robot stuff going here as well. There's field hacker. Starting to research, we can look for, let's grab the adapted sniper for our nickel bots. There is field hacker. Combat power and brute. We'll grab another field hacker. This guy gets quite a lot of upgrades through this. Free runner, movement, range, and agility. I feel like I want to make him the super engineer, though. As much as we reasonably can. So you guys are all running on that. You're all running on that. You need a PMC. You need a PMC. You need a sledge. Oh man, this sledge is slow. Which, you know what? If we're going to build a sledge, let's build a delivery craft. Because he obviously cannot get anywhere without it. Put him to work in a farm nearby, and we can start unlocking that upgrade. Could the hacker, etc., be done by other units? There's a great question. It's not really showing up properly for me here. There we go. Related to project. Maybe. No, your unit must be a combat unit red. Okay, that makes way more sense. Good question to ask, though. Very good question to ask. Okay, we'll pick up, I don't know, the ultralight plating, I guess. Free runner. I do want to just focus him on the tech stuff as much as possible. I feel like the idea of making him a super tech unit is very, very appealing. Mostly because I feel like that's where the choke point is for most parts of the game. I do need a nickel bot to get access to these kitty cats. That will put you above your cap. We're going to make friends with the kitty cats because we're not monsters. As hard as that is to believe. We're going to hop back in here. We're going to go look for a few more of these. Field engineer, field engineer. Try to remember our big friend. There are some more field engineers up here. Project complete. What is our ledger issue? We're out of daily necessities. Oh, because I haven't really set up anybody over here on our bulk droids. I don't have enough juice for it right now, but in a moment we could. I have not noticed the diners anywhere on this map where you can normally look for these wastelanders. And I think maybe there isn't a diner on this map. Don't you want to know what happens if you kill the cat? I mean, we tried that. Chat was not happy with us. I can't really blame them. I was not happy with us. We did it for science. Which is as good a reason to do most things. What do I want out here? How about a sledge? $47, 117. We can turn that on. They're gonna blow up my scanner. That would be extremely rude, you guys. What if I built a carver? Regular carver. What if I gave him maximum fear damage? then told him to scare the hell out of you. Seems like a good idea. Now I just got to set up like one more guy up here and we're good. I'm a little bit worried about the fact that I still don't know how to get the black market guys safe. A4 nano testing. Give you a shotgun. We're going to give you a pulse rifle. Ultralight plating. And this is a combat unit, so shoulder mounted rockets. Great. And now I can also turn on my furniture flag. He's gonna one-shot my Carver? Huh. You know what? That's okay. These things, they happen. Standby riot test undergoing. Can't confirm our riots are broken. Riot bot should be working. Let me reconnect him. See how he feels. He's not feeling very well. I don't know what's going on with Riot bot right now, but he's having a bit of a bad day. Oh, we need to build a bunch of stuff for these AGI researchers, including a safe house. Well, we might as well keep him close. We're going to give him access to a whole bunch of stuff, so... let's see. We'll put a hydroponics tower. This is all the water stuff down here. Oh yeah, it still all fits. Hydroponics. I need tower mainframes. These probably would be nice to keep near the tower. Provide us with some computing time. We're going to need protein vats and bovine replicators, which of course take up a whole load of space. This is probably a nice little location for him here. Keep him in nice and tight. We can drop some geothermal wells to get us a little bit of extra power. Ooh, let's put you... I thought for sure I'd be able to get a fourth one in there, but I guess not. Those are tents. I don't really want to just like build on top of those. Feels like it'd be a bit rude. Do we have any homes? We don't. We should build a residential megastructure. Give these humans somewhere to live. At least one would be good. Oh, I like giving them a little bit of everything. Might as well grab a handful of... We're going to need so much stuff, so... I'm just starting to think about, like, what's important. We will need vitamin infusers. We are going to need the skimmers soon. Mech extenders, vehicle extenders. I want at least one of each of these. An Android extender as well would be useful. A cradle factory. for making VR cradles. We can slap one of them in. I need to start skimming resources off of this, but I need more bulk androids before we do that. I will need some nickel bots with sniper rifles. These are just my favorite. Absolute favorite unit in the game. They're so basic, but they're so useful. And I'm kind of capped out on resources here. I could throw another bulk sledge in this area. But I feel like until I can maybe drop something like a bastion, which I'm going to need for destroying whatever Luperco dweebs start coming at me here. Scandium and neodyne versus bauxite, which is liquid gallium alumina. Boop, 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 boop. Guys, let's just go big. We can figure out how to deal with that. One problem at a time. Even Chap Odyssey from last time probably still mad about killing the cat. That's reasonable. I can't blame it for doing that. Okay. Contemplations are few and far between. I think we'll avoid vandalizing the spaceports this time. I'd like to just like knock off these last objectives. So exploration sites for PMCs, PMCs, labor at the reactor with a combat unit and a technician. If you could give me some more build points there, that would be nice. Pop you up into there. It would actually be very smart if I used my technician to just speed up one of these. Luperco. You want to know what else would have been really smart? If I built a sledge over here. Heck, IO6. She ain't quite enough, is she? Y'all are gonna blow up a lot of my stuff here. How come they spawned over here as well? Good grief. All right, well, you know, you take some hits. You move on, you move past it. Where is my guy with all the claws? He died, didn't he? Yeah, he did do. He did die. Not having these grenades upgraded is really limiting the quality of these guys. Sledge. I need more grenades. Please, sir. I need more grenades. Yeah, we also need more bulk units. which means I need more remote unit controllers to increase this capacity. You know, I never can really have enough remote unit controllers, so let's just keep going ham. Boy. My Bastion could just solve so many problems. Just an absurd amount of problem solving. Took a long time indeed, but in the case where the spider drones were helpful, we were able to gather small rodents to entice the cats and serve as excellent pounce targets. We'll adopt the cats. The correct answer to the problem of what do we do with these adorable kitty cats. This nanotech lab is back up and running again, so I need my delivery craft to go drop off another suicide technician. And back again. Oh, you got a few more people left here, do you? Pet cat cannot be used. I guess we're still trying to build these towers, right? Problem solved. Claw sharpness. Ooh. That's not a bad idea. Especially because we're going to end up taking liquid metal later in the game. And he also has claws. So actually, claw sharpness would be pretty good for us. That nanotech job is available again if I want to just quickly pop up another technician. Hiccups. That should solve that. Combat units for uranium carapaces. I feel like if I do this, I should just take control of these diplomats and control this nuclear power plant. It's probably the smarter way to do it. And I suspect probably not overly difficult. 360 on hacking. I mean, if I was to build a Raven, no problemos. I'm running out of compute time, which means I need more tower mainframes. It looks like neither of my skimmers lived. Which is a little bit annoying. We're going to build a bunch of cat houses around our tower. They have to be in the safest spot possible. Yeah, I have none of these installed. So, clearly I have to be in a position where I am ready to make sure to wipe off anybody who tries to take this from us. Which also means, like, I probably want some more bulk nickel bots around. And what else are we working on here? Shelter coordinators are slow. Full-time VR pods also need to be made. It's fine. We probably still need a little bit of engineering for these guys right now. He says that, but not actually sure if it's true. 325 on the technician. That's pretty good. Better than I expected it to be. I gotta harass some cults. I don't dislike this idea. Oh, they blew up my sledge. We picked up graphene microbots, graphene mesh. Completed that job up to the north, which is fantastic. These guys are going to keep attacking this bulk nickel bot, so I need to get some more guys in here. Hoop, 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 hoop. What do bulk Keanus have? Fists. Knuckles. Different than claws, though. But can still be kind of useful. I don't actually know as bulk units. Is it worth it to have electro knuckles? They do have armor piercing, which is kind of nice. Shell company we need. Yeah, that's actually a very good point. That is a very, 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 very good point. Let's get these guys electro handguns. You know what? I'm just not going to make bulk Keanus. The bulk carvers get weapon disruptors, so that's kind of useful. Reduces attack range to 75% of normal. Local intimidation. I'm going to go deter and defend. Try to give them a bit more range. Probably harass less of these cults for the meantime. Android optimization, porta-droid cognition. We're going to have to bulk carvers. Remote unit controller doesn't have enough CPU. I don't have enough alumina. My nickel bot, regular nickel bots don't have sniper rifles on them right now. I'll just give them security jackets. My Harbinger also doesn't have anything equipped. This is probably a bit of a confusing part. We could build him as an anti-hacker, Staff of Silence. Yeah, I guess the graphene mesh. And then he'd double up on CPUs. Makes sense to me. The Bastion also needs something additional. We'll give it some more range. Okay. All right, so that guy's going to get blown up on his own. This structure is vulnerable. I don't have enough bulk units around it currently. I'm going to build a bulk predator, and I'm going to make him a super tank. Oh, I don't have riot shields. Oh, wow. Well, good enough, then. I guess he'll just get, like, machine guns. That does a lot of suppression, but not a lot of damage. Well, let's give him a shotgun and a machine gun, then. He can do some suppression, and he can do some just hitting people. All right, and can we get that shell company set up? That's the real next question. Do I even have anybody who's available to let me in there? I can design automated homelessness. So I guess baby steps. Where is licensing agency? What? Can Nickelbots not talk to licensing agencies? I was in the wrong mode. Interesting. So now we have a corp. Okay, there's PMC here to pick up. Grab you guys. Grab you guys. Actually, I can drop that PMC off immediately. Oh, maybe not. Access denied. Fear effectiveness is not a bad idea for us. In fact, I think I'll just take that right away. .40 hacking, rummage through a sec force station. We'll lounge around the barracks here for 12 turns. First. Ah, yes, and the attack is here. Okay. So, of course, I don't like have like any of the guys over here that I wanted to try and protect this stuff. Who is attacking the mineral scrounger? Nobody is. Oh, you have grenades. So you are technically attacking the mineral scrounger. All right, well, not perfect, but it'll get fixed up. I did lose a bulk combat unit over here, which I don't have any brain power to fix. Frustratingly. But we got a little bit more going. You're out of juice. I need to drop these guys off. Let's keep going fear effectiveness. If I'm creating the Torment Nexus, I guess it makes sense that we're also going for a lot of fear. PMCs with 40 hacking. Technician with 40 hacking. That's the airport hack. Oh, this combat unit can labor at the reactor. And he has authorization to be here because it's in a military factory complex. 3 turns. We can just leave that waiting for him there. So we built the bauxite skimmer, but we need a thortbite skimmer still. So we'll get that up and running. I need housing agencies. Debatably. I probably need another residential megastructure. So let's put that in. I definitely need more tower mainframes. My computers have been complaining at me that they want more computing. Though I never seem to have enough Computronium cubes to get this up and running properly. 22K. I mean, I guess, sure. Let's build more residential megastructures. Fuse them together. I am going to need more minerals, which is going to be up here next and here. Oh, you already have a mineral scrounger there. You do not have a mineral scrounger here, though. And this other one is just stunned for a bunch of turns. Okay. God, I feel like we're just trying to do so many things at the same time right now. Which is nice, but shocking. Queen bees, cult meeting spots. They'll just keep searching minor locations for apathy points. And then politely excuse ourselves from any conversations with them. Great. You need to be on a building or else you get caught. You guys look like a bunch of gang members. Now, I can talk to some of these guys. My nickel bot definitely could. So we're going to talk to the gang of the people. Try to get them to leave. Skip that emotional appeal. Truth and logic. I don't really want either of these things. Emotional appeal, more. I mean, fine. I'm going to give you that and see how that works. I'm going to lie. I'm going to threaten. Threat, truth, and logic. I'm going to threaten again. Here's another good lie for us. One more good threat for us. And it's unlikely I'll get the abuse card here, so let's just play whatever we have to get these guys going. Assert dominance. 400 points. Solve a little bit of the chaos. I want to see the Bastion can take care of most of this, but hard to say for sure. Military donut shop event. Needs an android that is known to be invented by AI, which would include probably the Harbinger. We're going to buy bulk donuts indefinitely. Collect a bee. Hydroponic greens and vat-grown meat grown per turn. How come we are not making either of those things? Oh, our bovine replicators got absolutely destroyed over here is why. And the repair spiders are working, but they are slow. Those guys are dealt with. Intimidation. Hardened dynodroids. Hardened portadroids. Faster dynodroids. I'll go with intimidation. I feel like intimidation and fear are kind of two of our big strong suits this time around. So I need 400 engineering for these full-time VR pods. There's lots of other stuff going on. I do have Galodium Mesosilicate event. Oh, God, they're coming back for everything else here. We're going to blow up a cat house. I can't really stop that. I need to stop this. As frustrating as that is, well, I might be able to stop both. You know what? Which cat house is blowing up? That one. Okay, and then this guy is blowing up a housing agency, which also doesn't really work for me. 16 damage. Man, we need some better androids. I need my scary androids that can one-shot guys. That's what I need. Pretty much all of those guys just got nuked. The carver literally can just carve through everyone. Bulk predator is getting killed. Aerospace hangar and a bulk sledge. It'd be a lot cooler if you didn't kill him. Oh, he has 9% health. That would explain some things. I don't really have a lot of repair spiders around, so I'm thinking if I have one here, yeah, I'm going to just put another one up in kind of like this area. Help us keep some stuff up and running a bit smoother. More tower mainframes. I still need another aerospace hangar, but not really in a good spot for it right now. I am going to need this regardless because I can't get the I can't get the big guy online if I don't build an aerospace hangar, the big flying dragon. So compute time still sucks. Question, ledger, money. I like to pin wealth just to make sure we have it going. I have vulnerable structures down here with not enough deterrence. 17K deterrence required. Oh, you know why? Because when an android is injured, its deterrence rating goes down. I'd forgotten all about that. That is still not enough. Best thing I could probably do there is fly over and help them get repaired. Good grief. I gotta kill a lot of guys here to get them fixed. And most of them are going to take 2 shots. I think I can drop 3 of them. Ooh. You can do that in 1 move? Wow. Okay. You are incredible. These are insane robots. I'm still going to lose a bulk predator, but that's fine because I can immediately replace him, which will also then provide the deterrence I need in this area. You can go back to dealing with these dweebs. Knuckle toughness, shotguns, rifles. I guess the rifle projectile density is a pretty good idea. Stewards, assemblers, apiaries, and war raptors, or geothermal wells. I feel like geothermal wells, we can get a little upgrade. Hit me with that hydro check. Okay, so the homelessness is being solved. These guys still need background meat and hydroponic greens. You're missing bovine tissue. I had a feeling that was where we were stuck at this point. So, collect vegetable seeds. Pollination failure. Oh, that's probably why Yinshi is mad at me. Are there 2 more of these guys? Or you gotta be joking. Get out of here. They're trying to stop the homelessness from being fixed. Which I think requires me to keep those online. Do I have anybody in a ship somewhere? Oh, this sledge is free, finally. As is this PMC. Have him take a bovine sample. And then technician, airport worker, labor amongst the minerals, chatting with BMC guards. You're a combat droid. I thought you were a PMC. My bad. Well, you might as well pick up him while you're down here. I hate it when these objectives just re-vanish across the other side of the map. You spend all this time getting over there. 18 turns he's on lockdown. More of these dweebs. Carve them up. Okay, the AGI researchers are happy. We just have to do the homelessness now. Unit must be a PMC imposter. Do I have any PMCs active? I have one. He's way up here. And he's locked in for one more turn. Okay. PMC imposter with hacking skills and a technician with hacking skills. I don't have any technicians right now, so how about we drop one of them, put him in here. Poop out the sledge. Yeah, I just realized I put him into an airport, so he's probably going to get exploded, but... This is the classic airport section I always get so heavily slowed down at. PMC with hacking skills. So if I gave you a smart pistol, you could do that, right? 3. You're going to use 3 anyway to get there. So that's 2 turns for you. I'll park you with him. You're going to scare off anybody coming after us here. Not much I can do to save him. at this point. That PMC can move over there next turn. So that's all the explorations done. Contemplation. AGI wants to research us. Kill them all. I'm going to give them direct access to my mind. This is one we've never done before. But I have a feeling about it. Now, our engineering cap right now. Oh, it's 5. It's 5 points off. It's so close. Is this a roguelike game? Somewhat. I would argue. Every time you play, the city is different. It's like randomly generated every time, but you follow through sort of the same timeline. But similar to a roguelike, you do get access to different things the more you've done in a previous timeline. I don't know if that helped at all or if it just made that an even more confusing answer. I feel like I confused myself. Squishing in some geothermals here. What are we short of for that? Oh, we can steal that. I have someone who can steal that. Neodyne. Neodymium. Can I steal it stealthily? That's the real question. Remote demolish. Send a drone from this unit to a target building and kill everyone inside. Draw a large security response. Good to know that's an option. This guy does not have the ability to scavenge this stuff. So I don't know what I'm doing with him here. These guys are all set. Contemplations are all good. This guy can scavenge. Stealthily. Oh, now how interesting is that? Now that I'm not in the future, this guy does not have stealthy scavenge. Roguelike with meta progression? A little bit, yeah. It's not really how I would think to describe the game, but it is like somewhat accurate. Who do I really start needing up here? I ain't sure. I have a ton of space for bulk androids. One would actually argue an absolutely absurd amount of space for bulk androids. Get rid of those rebels. Upgrade the claws. You're good, you're good, you're good. Hop in the ship. Drop off here. Not enough cognition. Huh. He too dumb. I don't have enough cognition to do that mission. All right, I'm going to need a Raven. Because we're going to have to start hacking some mechs. Solve homelessness. Problem complete. You're working on a design for a new computing superstructure that will give researchers full access to your mind, but with an intense amount of security monitoring you that should keep anyone from being able to harm you. The end result is the same. Go to Street Sense. Do some stuffs. Just a cognition in the machine. You're not wrong. Oh, I do need to do this galladonium mesosilicate as well. I don't suppose you have enough for that, do you? No. You need an android. Technician. Get to inventing. Get back on the ship. All right, we got a lot of stuff in the old project-related bric-a-brac here. This will get me the engineering and cognition I need to do these other jobs as well. By quite a sizable amount, I think. CPUs get engineering and cognition, so that's like basically all of my androids. That's actually enough for this PMC to go do that exploration site right now. I'm gonna run out of juice though, so let's just cool our jets a little bit. Hacking and net control. Hacking and net control. Soul droids and technicians get engineering and hacking. Soul droids and technicians. Ox droids get an action point per turn. CPUs get engineering and cognition. That by far seems like the best upgrade. I think if I chat with all the PMC guards, I feel like that's probably the most likely thing that's going to stop those guys from getting killed. Hard to say for certain, but it's a plan. Okay, and what else do we have? Spicy droid. CPUs get more engineering. Soul droid or technician. There's the bridge. What counts as a soul droid? Android archetypes. I guess any intelligent-based droid. So engineering is very good on them. Hacking is also pretty good on them. But I think stacking engineering sounds like the best option for me. Palladium mesosilicates complete. We are missing equipment on Raven. Yes, of course, that makes sense. We're going to give her smart hacking. We're going to give her probably a graphene mesh and double CPUs. adds 480 engineering and 260. My senior technicians are also missing gear. We're going to give them smart pistols, graphene meshes, and double CPUs. For sure, we can do an insane amount of these right now. Protection required. Should be doable. And if you fly back, I have 700 engineering on my technicians. We're going to design torment vessels. We'll trigger the full metal myth. In order to break into the jail, we needed to create their mystical nemesis. So we haven't done that one yet. We'll perform a feat of engineering to get peacekeepers. That brings us down to 2 contemplations, which are the revelation and observe the spaceport, which we haven't done yet, to get increased aerodrome capacity. So that's fine. We can put him to use. For protection required, we either go mech capacity or upgrade our shell operatives. We can also get intimidation on portamechs. That's probably not a bad idea. I know that we're mostly fear-based right now, but getting a little of both has some good value, I think. I mean, either that or I just go really hard on mech capacity. Which is not the worst idea. I'm going to go intimidation. Feels a little bit more interesting, you know? These big, nasty, intimidating mechs around. And then anything else we can go probably for the mechs. Combat android intimidation. Or porta-droid cognition. Honestly, I don't even know at this point. Okay, that's feeling pretty good. We have a couple of investigations around for total parental nutrition. We need to infiltrate a hospital. If I'm going to be infiltrating hospitals, we're going to get counter-hacked, which means we're going to need people with counter-hack abilities. I need to convert this convictor mech. Why is this PMC getting shut up? He's just doing his job. Keep him safe. Mech extenders, code breakers, mainframes, neural bridges, and remote unit controllers. So many different upgrades to get just at all times. Unfortunately, I did not manage to get that Panther before it walked over here, so I'm going to have to hack you now as well. Which I wouldn't really say is a problem. The Raven is getting shot by one of these guys. I want this technician starting the job that's no longer here. Correct. Spent all this time clearing this out, thinking I could send someone in. Oh no, there we go. Small arms research. And that SAC Force Patrol is going to get nuked on its turn, so I think we'll just take cover. We should be fine there. Keep tracking micro builders on this guy in the meantime. Geothermal wells, range extenders, cultivators. I feel like cultivators are really valuable. This guy is 2 more turns. I can heal him a little bit, but not very much. I do need that spaceport done. Hide and observe in there. And then it looks like our options for protection requirement are literally only this, so... I don't even have options anymore. Build and defend a neural bridge. That I can do. If I can get some helixes. Which we can start building. Need to build new buildings? Always. That is the constant. Still recommending I build another skimmer. Seems a little bit absurd. I mean, if I was to build one, it would be up here. I could expand the network range. There is a repair spider up here already, so... I think I'm just going to add in another repair spider like down here. And then if I have extra juice, which I do, let us hire more units. Better water filters, mini fabs, slurry spiders, or bio mulchers. Let's go water filters. This guy's got one last turn here. Hey, Moni. Hi, kitty cat. And I think we're good up here with the mechs. I'm feeling like that's a pretty safe situation. Contemplations is only the one. This is a bit worrisome because I no longer am seeing these protection required projects showing up. And I wonder if, like, because I didn't get the mechs, am I getting locked out of that? Oh, no, here's another one. It was just literally on top of where I was. It didn't spawn until after I moved. Curious. Snake us a little bit of extra tungsten here. I am realizing we should hire some people, some scientists. And also some medics. Way down on the other side of the map. Shell Corps. I always forget Shell Corps can't move in most of the other businesses. So frustrating. You guys can hop up here. You're on investigations. Contemplations. There is a second contemplation showing. Automated personnel management. This guy only has a PMC in here at the moment. So we're going to hit that with another feat of engineering. We got to start up all of the jobs down here in the city. Oh, this is interesting. We can actually kind of space them out all around us as well. I'm going to do that instead. We're short on alumina, which is thankfully not the most difficult to scavenge because we have a foundry ship. And we can just extract it directly out of ships for severe carriers. We'll pick up a little extra intimidation as we continue to grow. You're working away, busy as a bee. Gonna have you just rob a bunch of ships. Valid target, but out of range. Okay. I feel like that should pretty much keep us ready to boogie. There's the last little spot here. Strength trading. That project is required. Completed. Oh my goodness. Okay. There's so many little things we need to do now. It's like pick cotton. I need to find a ship with wild Murnog as well, which I believe is scavenged from this guy right here. How perfect. We need to infiltrate a hospital still. I need to build a neuro bridge. We're waiting on the helixes. 320 is our cap, but we'll get that. So then it's really about who do we have that is designed for anti-hacking. And I want to actually say our Harbinger is... Yeah, he's got a Staff of Silence. So if I was to bring him over here, and then my PMC imposter over here, L2 clearance. Oh, this guy is flagged currently. Also heavily damaged. You know what? Scrap him. Scrap him and build a new one. Much more efficient way of doing things. So, if you attack, it does no damage, but then they're killed next turn. How does that work? Hacker weakened. Lowers hacker skill by a percentage of the original attack power. 100%. So will this just solve the problem completely is my question? Do we need to actually produce furniture when we're going for the Torment Nexus? I mean, that's a good question. I feel like I could also just scare these guys off with Horrify. That might work. Just in case, let's bring him down. It's only 4 turns. Observation complete. This guy can get scrapped. That guy's 7 turns. Everything else is cruising on perfectly. We need more tower mainframes. They never end, the tower mainframes. My God. And did I ever build that expansion? Yeah. There's the other mineral scrounger. Which I guess is a point that I could say, like, can we build more bauxite skimmers? 3-meter haulers. Yeah, I sure could. They don't have enough deference up here. Okay, I need to attack these guys every round to keep their hacks broken. So I got to keep that a little bit in mind. It's 117, so you should be good. Pollination failure. I don't think there's anything else pressing. I don't mind faster porta-droids, but I also feel like intimidation has been going really well for us right now, so this plan of just debuffing their hackers seems to be more than enough to keep us going here. I wish I had realized this in previous runs. Makes a big difference. Girl Bridge 301. We're getting there. More geothermals. I'm gonna build some bees. Some buried cotton gardens. And then I'm gonna start making all of the factory stuff because I just feel like, why not? So we can have hidden Zinnia factories. We can have glue factories. We can have furniture factories. Daily necessities, cotton sheet factories, paper refineries. We could do canned protein, but I don't know, maybe not. Maybe we opt to be chill on the ethics on that one. Wood lamellare. I also need a couple of these labs still. Zoology. How are we on housing? 34 out of 65, so we're doing fine on that. All right, I feel like we're gonna have to do these in the sort of chain. Double yams. Double hormones. Double zinnias. Double vitamin infusers. And then we just start seeing basically what we're running low on and fix that. I could throw some compact water filters in here too, because at this point, just why not? Protein canneries, human harvesters. Yeah, I don't know. This seems maybe a bit dodgy even for us. Okay. Hacking. Everybody's doing the hacking. We should also build the other Thornavite skimmer. Now, you can go here. I don't really feel like I have enough androids up here for this. And I guess it would probably be best if my carver was also over here for when they start spawning in. Nath TPN doesn't know why you stole TPN of all things, but they know that you did. They're angry and are going to launch a broad attack at you from many directions. The Trial Nexus. Capture a small group and put them in torment vessels if there's any problems. We don't want the crop die-offs that are too large. And we still need to build and defend a neural bridge. We need all sorts of other stuff. The Torment Nexuses are ready. Let's build our first right here. And then our second up there. And then we'll slap in a neuro bridge. Couple of hydro ponds. Some more water filtration towers. This place, I feel like, is much more hodgepodgey than our previous cities have been in terms of how it is set up. Struggling to find spots to put things. This guy wants more bovine replicators. He says he wants 4 more. 5 more. Seems like it might be excessive, but what's the harm, really? Working class capture drones, high class capture drones. Not really adding any more into my list of things, but still a good setup. I feel like the Torment Nexus will push us towards 12 million and boost us to intelligence class 4. which I suppose is what we're going to need if we want to start sending people from timelines to other timelines and being able to save what's happening in other locations. But boot, I think with that little hack done, with our contemplations finished, with us set up on the next step to get to Torment Nexus, this should be where we leave it for today, because we've already run a little bit long on it. So that's what we're going to do. Thank y'all so much for joining us. I hope you come back again and see what else we have up in our sleeves. But that's it for now. Bye-bye.